710 ESPN, Brian Kamenetzky with Andy Kamenetzky, co-host of the Orlando Lakers blog at ESPNLA.com. And of course, the person in between us requires far less introduction.
Came to hear.
That's right. He is AC Green. Before we start with the signing, AC is generous enough. He's going to answer some questions for everyone. 1,278 games total. 9,473 rebounds, 16 seasons in the NBA, 3 rings with the Lakers.
1,192 consecutive games.
Nobody knows about waking up every morning and strapping them on like AC Green does, so we really appreciate it. So another round of applause for AC.
Good seeing everybody.
Now, AC, you've been through what the Lakers are going through right now in terms of having to play a lot of games in a little bit of time. We've seen the wear and tear already with the Lakers. What is it like to have to play under these circumstances with the lockout and the compressed schedule and all that they're experiencing?
You know, it's a physical and emotional challenge. You know, I'm not saying it's something impossible that you can't do, because it is. Possible to have your mind at such a place and state that you really just rise above, you know, all the obstacles that come your way. But the challenge really is physically that you get tired. You know, you get tired that your body aches, you know, because it's practice, and normally you have practice and you have time to recuperate, but now it's practice and you're just constantly going right back into it. And then the emotional side and the mental side is just the fact that you have to tell yourself to go out and do it again, and you have to get right back in, you know, sort of right back on the horse after you got knocked down, and everything within you does not want to do that.
How much did that streak help you get through that season in terms of wanting to maintain it? Like, it may be something that keeps you going?
You know, I think the streak for me, and really honestly it backs up, of course, for me to my childhood, because that's really where the character, that's where the integrity, that's where the endurance and all those type of attributes that really were instilled. And so I was sort of prepared for such a time, you know, to go into a hard situation and not really get scared. And I think being in that kind of back-to-back and all that, it was more mentally, I just looked at it as a fun opportunity to continue to play basketball. I want to go play again. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Let's win again. And turned it around to be a game within a game.
I was curious because I had an interesting conversation the other day with Jalen Rose of ESPN.com, who we were talking about Kobe's wrist and the knee and all these other things. And he was saying that a lot of guys play with a lot of things that nobody knows about, right, that are difficult, especially, you know, maybe role players in the league. They don't want to say anything because they're worried about playing time, worried about their jobs. What was the worst thing that you had to play through, and how much did you have to hide maybe injuries and dings and things that you were experiencing when you were playing?
Well, I'm 5 pounds more now than I was when I played, so I'm still pretty much what you see is
that's
what you
disgusting.
got.
We all
that
know
is
you
absolutely.
We all know you look good, AC. Okay, yeah. I mean, you only have to make it, rub it in our faces.
But my point.
Surprised you wore sleeves.
It is that no, really, I never was packing a lot. I'm a slender build guy, you know, and so I wasn't really heavy, strong, and dominant from my physical stature, but it really was a mindset, and so, you know, I had all kind of fender benders. That's all that my point is that I got banged, dinged, and dented all the time, and it just became a way of me accepting that that's just, you know, it's water coming off my back. I'm just used to it. And so someone like Kobe, you know, who has many dings, yeah, you know, he's already there. He's okay.
But you guys didn't have the same kind of you know, the masseuses and the hot tubs and this thing.
Trips to Germany.
You're flying commercial and you're doing all these other things.
Yeah.
So I mean, you would have played like 6,000 games in a row now, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because our trainer, now this is not a knock against Gary Vitti, because he's the best, okay, trainer. But as far as the technology at that time, it was like me going and consulting with the garbage can over here behind you, you know, because it was like we just weren't technically as advanced as we are now. So we did not have a team of 35, you know, technicians that can really help mend you back into shape.
So what you're saying, without really saying it, is these guys today are soft. They're really, really soft.
I am saying these guys today have a lot of help. And you know what? If you have help, be smart enough to accept the hand of help.
Speaking of also Herculean tasks beyond playing during this type of season or the amount of games you played in a row, you were part of a team that was looking to three-peat, just like the Lakers did in 2011, and in both cases it didn't happen. How difficult is that task of 3 championships in a row and trying to get to the finals that many times in a row, that many long playoff series?
It's tough. It really is. It's tough because, one, you're good, okay? And so now your personal expectation as a person and as a team is that you don't expect to lose, especially the sub-500 teams, and you expect to really win every game. So you have such a higher standard that you place upon yourself. So you basically expect to get to the finals, and so the playoffs, that's a dress rehearsal, and let's get down to the real dance. And then when you get there, you expect to win. And so everything else is it's hard to maintain it and keep the guys at the same level, but at the same time, when you do have higher expectations, you expect more of an outcome.
Yeah, we're at 710 ESPN. Brian and Andy Kamenetzky speaking with Lakers legend AC Green.
Three-time NBA champion with your Los Angeles Lakers.
Right. So I guess the extension of that question is you've also been on those teams that didn't get there, and then what is it like then to come back the next year? What changes in terms of the context when you have lost and you want to go get that title again?
You feel like someone stole it from you. You feel like the champion does not deserve it, and you feel basically that you start. Well, for me, you start 2 days later after you lose. You're like, I'm back at it. I'm no way. No way they should have won. When we lost to the Pistons on our chance to the three-peat in 1989, it was like Detroit. We had just beat them the year before, so we were like, come on, man. And so it just was fuel to the fire to want to get back there again. And then, of course, we were able to eventually get back there against the Bulls soon.
What's your take on this season's team? How far do you think they can go? Strengths, weaknesses?
No, I like it. I like the team. It's a new team. Okay, well, of course we have some core pieces together, but it's still new, so the chemistry still honestly is not even close to what it's going to be. But I think the short season is forcing the guys to have to play with, and getting game time is getting chemistry time to really develop. So I like I like the team. I like the nucleus. It's just a matter of getting them out there and letting them do it and adopt and get a chance to adapt to Coach Mike Brown's system. But I'm confident. I'm not going anywhere. I like seeing them play.
How do you see the challenge that Mike Brown faces, given between the lockout, the new team, the expectations, and the pressure, in terms of what he's done and the challenge that's in front of him?
Well, buying for any coach, and especially a new coach, it's just buying into the system, buying into his system, his way of doing it. And because he has had success previously, especially obviously in Cleveland, and played with high caliber players, it's easy for guys still to buy into that. Now, he doesn't obviously come with a long accolades of Phil Jackson, but I think that's helped him, and he's confident about it, and he breathes and airs confidence in him, and as he portrays himself, I think it's a win-win for the team as well as for him.
You were a teammate of Kobe's during his 4th season in the NBA. I think he was only 21, 22 at the time, now 33. In what ways have you seen him evolve just on the court but also off it as well?
Well, I think the most important thing is that, Kobe his attitude is more now. He knows it's really more onto him to be that real leader. At the time when I played with him, obviously it was the Shaq side by side, era also. And so the Shaq and Kobe era was there in full effect. But now he understands Shaq's not here, and that other force really is not here. That's every single night. So the leadership role, I've seen him mature so much, and my conversations and talking to him, off the court, he's just a new person. He really is. And it's all for the betterment for all of us, that he is. Right. Guys like playing with him, before it was more of a challenge because, he was still finding his way to blend together. But it's just a great opportunity to be around them and to play with them.
And we've seen what he has done since that Denver game, a week and a half ago, whatever. Last 6 games, 30-something points, 30-something points a game. He's up around 6 assists. He's up around 6 or 7 rebounds. The big debate around town is how can a guy like at his age with his mileage and all that keep that up over the course of a season, especially a compressed season like this. What do you think? I mean, can he do it?
Well, he doesn't have to do it. I think right now this is a stretch now that this is where the leadership part comes in. He has to be the leader, so he has to go out there and step out in the forefront and get the guys to rally and come along with him. It's like when you know you're the best player on the team, you go out there and set this tempo. And so now the guys have to step up, or they're going to be exposed that they're not playing and trying as hard. And so that's really the biggest thing right now. And so I think because the challenge is laid out, I think guys are going to step up. So now he can get the 20, 25 points and it'd be just fine.
All right, last question for you,
Sure.
EC. We missed Troy Murphy, Josh McRoberts, both missed a couple games.
No, they did?
They did. You missed it?
What happened?
Their toes. They got toes and stomach.
Yeah, Troy Murphy sat out with basically
stomach ache?
stomach bug. That would have never. AC
No.
Green, I guarantee, played
Could eat
through a lot of
anything.
stomach
I
bugs.
ate the bugs. That's what it was.
What, did they call you? I mean, just because, like you said, you're only 5 pounds heavier. Did anybody give you a call? We're a little short at forward. Need some spot minutes. Could you do it?
I told them I would give them a 30-second contract. That's it. That's my only commitment, 30 seconds. Check in, turn around, and put my jersey back on.
But they would have been a quality 30
Right,
seconds.
hard
for
work.
sure.
That's right.
For sure.
All right, AC Green, Lakers legend, 3-time champion with the Lakers. Thanks so much for the time. He'll be here
appreciate it,
signing
guys.
for you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right.
Really
It's all good.
appreciate it. Thank
No
you.
problem. No problem, guys.